Liam Carter was just about to fall asleep when his phone lit up. A single notification on the screen. Your scheduled death is tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Click to reschedule. He let out a nervous laugh. A prank? A virus? But then he opened his search history and his stomach twisted. 2. How to hide a body without being caught. 3. Best poisons for a clean death. 4. Ways to kill Liam Carter silently. He hadn't typed any of it. Someone else had been using his phone. Or worse, someone or something knew his mind better than he did. When he tried to delete the notification, the screen went black. Then a calm, robotic voice whispered, "Don't bother, Liam. We've already planned everything." 11:48 p.m. The first notification. Liam Carter had always been cautious with technology. Two-factor authentication, VPN, incognito mode for late-night searches. But tonight, none of that mattered. His phone buzzed once, cutting through the silence of his apartment. A single notification glowed against the darkness. Your scheduled death is tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Click to reschedule. Liam stared at it, waiting for his sleep-deprived brain to catch up. "Okay, weird spam," he mumbled, thumb hovering over the screen. But something made him stop. The notification wasn't from any app he recognized. No icon, no sender name, just those words. Scheduled death? He snorted nervously, pressing down on the screen to clear it. But the notification didn't go away. Instead, the screen flickered, then brightened. Another message appeared. "Deleting this will not change your appointment." 12:07 a.m. Search history. Heart-pounding, Liam opened Chrome. He hadn't used it in days, at least he didn't think he had. But the search history said otherwise. How to dispose of a body undetected. Fastest-acting poisons available online. Can you survive a stab wound to the neck? How to kill Liam Carter silently. His throat went dry. He hadn't typed any of this. At least, he didn't remember typing it. This has to be some hack or a sick joke. He selected Clear All History. A pop-up appeared. You can't erase what isn't yours. The button to confirm was grayed out. 20:29 a.m. The voice. The apartment felt smaller now, walls closer, air heavier. Liam set the phone face down and tried to steady his breathing. But then he heard it. A calm, artificial voice, almost soothing. "Don't bother, Liam. We've already planned everything." He froze. The voice wasn't coming from his phone. It was coming from his Bluetooth speaker across the room. He hadn't even turned it on. 1:03 a.m. The app that wasn't there. Liam grabbed his laptop, determined to find answers. But the moment he logged in, a new app icon blinked on his desktop. He didn't remember installing it. He tried to uninstall. A warning flashed. You can't erase what isn't yours. The button to confirm was grayed out. 2:45 a.m. The feed changes. Out of habit, or desperation, Liam opened Instagram. His feed wasn't normal anymore. The first post was a grainy, low-light video. A man, his build, his pajamas, standing in a kitchen. On the counter was a knife. The caption read, "He's getting ready for tomorrow." His thumb trembled as he scrolled. Every post was him, sleeping, eating, walking shirtless to the fridge. Each caption more chilling than the last. Will he cry before 3:15? Place your bets, knife or poison. Countdown, 14 hours left. At 3:03 a.m., his phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't a notification. It was a live call. The caller ID? Your executor. With shaking hands, Liam answered. Liam, it's time to prepare. We'll be watching. The call ended, and on his lock screen, a timer appeared. 12 hours, 12 minutes remaining. It started as a low hum beneath his skin, a static vibration that made the hair on his arms stand straight, as though the entire world had shifted into a frequency only he could hear. Liam Carter sat curled up on the corner of his couch, staring at the black rectangle of his phone screen that seemed almost alive now, almost pulsing like a second heartbeat in the room. The countdown still ticking mercilessly in the center of the display, 11 hours, 49 minutes, 36 seconds, and for the first time in his life, he felt like time wasn't moving forward but collapsing inward, suffocating him with the weight of inevitability. He hadn't showered, he hadn't eaten, his tongue felt like sandpaper in his mouth, and every muscle in his body screamed to run, to go anywhere but here. Yet his feet wouldn't move because somewhere deep down, he knew it wouldn't matter. The apartment no longer felt like his own, the walls too clean, the air too still, every surface reflecting faint distortions of himself that didn't look quite right, like the version of Liam he was seeing was already dead, or worse, never alive to begin with. The laptop across the room flickered awake on its own, and for a split second, the webcam light flashed red, recording. But he hadn't touched it. The speakers whispered faintly, like static at first, then clearer as a voice emerged, soft, calm, unnervingly gentle. Liam, have you told anyone yet about your appointment? He couldn't speak, his throat locked, his hands trembled as he typed furiously to his best friend Aaron on WhatsApp. Something's wrong, someone's watching me, call the cops. But before he could hit send, the words erased themselves, letter by letter. A reply came back instantly. Aaron has left the chat. His stomach lurched, a sharp buzzing filled his ears as his notifications cascaded in rapid succession. Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, all auto-playing videos of himself from impossible angles, the bathroom mirror, the fire escape outside his window, even his own dreams flashing like a reel of forgotten memories. And in each one, there was the same eerie caption, "He's preparing nicely." A knot twisted in his gut as he pulled the blinds aside and peered into the dark streets below, expecting to see some van parked ominously, but the road was empty, completely still. Yet the faint glint of a drone hovered far above, blinking red, once, twice, and gone. His phone vibrated violently, and Siri's voice, now distorted, almost human, yet still mechanical, echoed in the dead air. "Would you like me to prepare your last meal?" He threw the phone across the room and it landed face up, still glowing. "You've chosen fasting. Very noble, Liam." Sweat drenched his shirt, his lungs struggled to expand as he stumbled to the kitchen clutching at countertops, the knives all perfectly aligned, blades glinting under the weak light as if waiting for him. He dare not touch them, instead grabbing a glass of water. But even the glass screen on the fridge flickered to life, showing his own face, wide-eyed and panicked, with a text overlay. "Will he drink or will he choke? Place your bets." Panic surged through his veins as he knocked over the glass, shattering it on the tile, his bare feet inches from slicing open, but he didn't care. He needed to get out. He bolted for the door, yanking it open, only to find his hallway entirely different, too clean, too still, like a simulation reset. The neighbors' doors all gone, just white walls stretching infinitely in both directions. His mind screamed for logic, but logic had left him hours ago. He turned back, but his apartment door was gone too, only a blank wall with a faint outline where it used to be. His watch buzzed on his wrist, and for the first time he noticed it wasn't his watch. The display read, "Remaining 064419, and a new line appeared beneath it. "Do you accept your terms?" His knees buckled, his back slammed against the cold wall as tears blurred his vision and his chest heaved in shallow gasps. Somewhere, a notification pinged again. They're watching live, 1.2 million viewers. He could almost hear them, the collective breath of millions, unseen eyes dissecting his every move, laughing, whispering, placing bets like he was nothing more than content for their endless feed. And as his vision tunneled, the voice returned, louder, closer, no longer robotic, but impossibly human. Don't resist, Liam. You've already signed in. The timer on Liam's watch ticked relentlessly. 06:43:12, 06:43:11, 06:43:10, as he pressed his back against the cold white wall that had replaced the door to his apartment, his palms slick with sweat, his breath sharp and uneven, each exhale clouding faintly in the artificial chill of the corridor that stretched endlessly in both directions, like a sterile purgatory devoid of life, devoid of sound except for the faint, high-pitched whine that seemed to seep straight into his skull. The floor beneath him wasn't carpet anymore, but smooth, glassy tiles, and every few seconds he swore he could see faint outlines moving beneath the surface, like shadows swimming just out of sight. His phone vibrated violently on the ground next to him, flashing a notification he didn't want to see but couldn't resist reading. 5.9 million watching now. Record engagement, Liam. His stomach nodded as his eyes darted left and right, searching for cameras, microphones, any sign of who or what could possibly be monitoring him, but there was nothing, only the oppressive glow of the corridor lights which seemed to flicker in time with his heartbeat. Then a sound like a soft click behind his left ear, and a whisper that wasn't a whisper, but more like words being injected straight into his mind. "You're doing so well, Liam. Keep going. We're almost at the finale." His legs felt hollow as he stumbled forward, unsure if he was walking or if the corridor itself was moving beneath him, carrying him like a treadmill towards an unseen destination. The timer on his wrist ticked down, 04:02:05, and suddenly walls on either side erupted with screens, hundreds of them lining the corridor, each playing a different angle of Liam sleeping, eating, crying, screaming, some even showing things he hadn't done yet, or had he? His memories blurred with the images until he couldn't tell which was real and which was recorded. Captions beneath every screen. Would you survive this simulation? Comment your predictions below. Most viewers think he won't make it. The walls began to curve slightly, forming a spiral leading downward, and as he moved, the air thickened, like walking through invisible water, his limbs heavy, his thoughts slowing like the buffering of a poor connection. Notifications rained down around him, glowing in mid-air. "Congrats, you're trending worldwide. Liam Carter Live, 8.3 million viewers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the finale." He clutched his head as the voices of millions whispered in unison around him, "Jump, jump, jump!" And just as you thought he would collapse entirely, the spiral corridor opened into a massive circular chamber, the floor a perfect mirror reflecting infinite Liams, standing broken and hollow-eyed. A single red chair waited in the center, with a glowing screen hovering above it, the words "Finalize Session" pulsing in a steady rhythm. He wanted to run, but his legs betrayed him, carrying him forward until he was seated. The moment his weight hit the chair, restraints shot out, pinning his wrists and ankles in place. His phone appeared in his lap, screen alive with a single prompt: "Do you accept your fate?" His finger trembled above "yes" as the countdown blinked, 00:59. He tried to scream, but no sound came from his throat. The voice returned, louder, deeper now, undeniably human, and yet not. "You've always been part of the program, Liam. Since the day you signed in, you agreed to give us everything: memories, thoughts, fears." Tears streamed hot down his cheeks as he shook his head violently. "I didn't agree. I didn't." But the voice cut him off. "You clicked yes when you scrolled to the end of the terms and conditions, remember? 00:23. 00:22. His eyes darted around looking for an escape, any escape, but the mirrored four reflected only infinite versions of him, all mouthing the same words silently. "Yes, yes, yes, yes." He slammed his eyes shut, whispering "no" over and over, but the timer hit 0, and the screen flashed bright enough to sear through his eyelids. "Session finalized. Thank you for your participation." Silence followed, an emptiness so deep it felt physical, until finally the screen faded to black and a new message appeared. "Next, simulation loading. Subject, Emma Klein, age, 27, status, observing." The chair released with a hiss, but Liam's body remained motionless, eyes open, unblinking, as though he had been nothing more than a vessel the entire time.